Good evening, good evening. Welcome back to this evening of the Garena Premier League. I'm Fish, and here today with me will be Elliot, and we're going to watch the third game of tonight, the Saigon Fantastic Five taking on the Bangkok Titans.
That's right, so Bangkok Titans will be playing on the blue team, SF5 will be sitting on the purple side. Now let's see, we're already in Champ Select, so Aatrox ban, Nidalee ban.
What's with all the Nidalee bans?
What's with the 100% win pick ban ratio of
pick ban ratio tonight? I mean, I've always thought Nidalee's been strong. I've always thought that Nidalee's been like Irelia, where you nerf Irelia, Irelia's still good. Nerf Irelia, still good. I always thought that Nidalee's a really, really strong champion, but 100% pick and ban tonight.
Which is very strange for us indeed.
And the one team it does not get banned out against is Saigon Jokers, but do not get to pick it up.
Yeah. Yorick ban as well? I mean, that for me is like a what?
No trolling.
I have no idea why they picked the Yorick ban, but it does go through. And I mean, no disrespect to Yorick, because I think, well, I think it's crap actually. So I'm not going to even defend that one.
I mean, Yorick has been played niche to an extent and played very well sometimes, but yeah,
but not
I
ban-worthy.
agree with
I don't
you.
think ban-worthy.
I agree with you.
You can kind of outpick Yorick in the game itself. So that's not really something you want to.
Especially now that his goals give 5 gold, you just put an asterisk against the Yorick.
Yeah, and free
gold.
Free gold.
Free gold, 3 stacks.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that. And of course, okay, the driver's ban, very, I mean, it's acceptable ban. Now, the Insta-lock Fiddlesticks, though, now that's a bit of a strange one. I mean, it's not showing their hand completely, but I'm never a big fan of just showing, like, a support pick.
Fiddlesticks is a really, really strong support right now. I mean, Thresh, that's just about to talk about Thresh. He gets blocked in by SF5 there, but Fiddlesticks has become one of the more popular supports after especially the Thresh nerfs. And then I think right below that would be Annie becoming one of the more popular supports. I mean, even if you look at recent Singapore Sentinels games, we see a lot of Annie and Fiddlesticks bans going up against them just because they always pick those two champions up in their recent games. But Thresh, I'm quite surprised we haven't seen him being played a bit more. Because I still think his kit is just fantastic.
I think people know the limits of Thresh now, so they can kind of know how to play against him. Fiddlesticks, of course, picking up a lot of popularity because it just takes, I mean, his kit is still kind of fresh to the local gaming scene.
He's still kind of fresh.
He's still kind of fresh. Yeah. This is not working out for us.
It's not working out for us at all.
So BKT still have their 2 picks. Vi has been locked in, and that's a definite jungle pick. We haven't seen a lot of top lane Vi, at least in the SEA scene. And this is ain't Mundo. No Mundo for sure.
No Mundo.
No Mundo.
Mundo plays when he pleases.
He plays when he pleases. And but I would like to see this Graves pick actually, because Graves to me has Graves with Fiddlesticks has one of the best kill potentials in the lane with junglers.
Quite a Thresh pick for this week of the GPL.
Yes, quite a Thresh pick.
So we're going to see Graves and Fiddlesticks come in. As he said, huge burst potential, and I like the Fiddlesticks pick against the Thresh. Well, I don't like picking Thresh into Fiddlesticks, so to speak. I mean, it's good because if you can lock down Fiddlesticks early with an 80 carry with huge damage potential, you can pretty much, you can take out a Fiddlesticks in lane before the opposition's 80 carry has a chance to retaliate just because of those low base stats. But if you're able to get good fears off and then silence either Thresh or an 80 carry, he's quite useless for some time.
He is, absolutely.
Now, and you can't grab a lantern when you're afraid.
It's very hard.
Very hard.
I've tried. It's not easy. So with that, they want to go for the Lucian pick. They're considering it, and they lock it in. Wow. So that's 2 Lucians in one night.
2.
I mean, not even in solo queue do I see that.
No.
Not even 2 Lucians in one night.
I don't think I've seen a Lucian in solo queue yet.
I played once, and didn't turn out well.
I played against a Lucian once, but not in solo queue. It also did not turn out well. It was when he first got released. I had no idea what he did, but we're going to see Orianna being picked up here and Reddington.
Okay, so that to me is a very simple, I mean, this is quite straightforward picks coming in from the Bangkok Titans. You know exactly what the potential of that combo can be. Anyone with Orianna tends to be extremely strong. I mean, Reddington can go right in, Fiddlesticks can go in as well, so you have a small ball delivery service, considering the fact that Jarvan is not in that arsenal. Surprisingly, no one picked Jax this game.
Surprisingly, they did not. They're hovering over.
I had a hiccup, yeah.
Hovering over Zach right now. He's a little bit of a hiccup to this team composition, I believe, for the Saigon Fantastic 5. Especially with Gragas in the lineup. might be a bit difficult for them to pull off the Let's Bounce and the Explosive Cast at the same time.
Yeah, it takes a bit of coordination of that one, and I don't think it's the best and most intuitive. But what I can say though is that with this in mind, they actually have a lot of lockdown in that top lane for that early game gangs.
I like the team composition coming from Bangkok Titans. They have a kind of a niche AoE team composition. They have the two Ancient Egyptian brothers up the top lane, and in the jungle, AoE coming from Interesto's Orianna ult, Sek, and SKLZ, naturally really good AoE champions.
Yeah, I think those are actually, it's a bit more intuitive. You can kind of know what their game plan is going to be, and they want those team fights. I mean, Orianna, you never say, oh, Orianna, let's go assassin comp. No, no, no. This is definitely a team fight comp that we're looking at for the side of Bangkok Titans. Well, SF5, yeah, they have a bit of team fight potential, but I'm actually thinking that they want to have those early pickups just slightly more.
I like the Bangkok Titans team comp just because they have so much AoE, and then everybody on their team has good single target crowd control or damage as well.
Yes.
I like it a lot.
That's a good thing, and we don't see that much jungle Nasus in the GPL, at least in the current season. The current split doesn't show us that much, but I've seen jungle Nasus who played to a very good effect of just farming up stacks in the jungle. Like even in season 3, it's still working really, really well.
It could be the Nasus 3000. Farm until 9,000 stacks. Oh, now I help my team.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the other lanes aren't self-sufficient.
Yep.
Because their matchups actually look really favorable.
They sure do.
Renekton against Zag, it's just a double sustain lane. No worries there. You got Intrezo who is playing Orianna against Gragas, Farmfest, and bottom lane, you got super aggression going up against Lucian and Thresh. I mean, you have Graves and Fiddlesticks. Chances are you can win those burst fights really early on. Now, I don't know about the level 6 potential that Lucian will bring to that fight, but the big burst at 6 from Graves is definitely higher.
And Fiddlesticks as well.
And Fidder.
Call.
Kaka.
And I like the pick of Nasus into a team where their solo laners are either well off or will go even or can push really well because, as you said, lets him clear the jungle very fast and also gives him superior objective control over the opposition's jungler.
Right. That's the thing. So at level 6, you get to use your Fury of the Sands, you go to the dragon, and you show the dragon who's boss.
It makes the Sands angry. Furious.
Yeah. Fury of the you make the Sands furious, yeah. Exactly my point. So in case you're wondering why Heimerdinger, Sivir, and Jinx can't be
They've
used,
been removed from this game.
we deleted them. We should have done it for Teemo. I know, I'm sorry. But we didn't want the dongers, that's why.
No dongers. You cannot raise your dongers in this game, but two of those champions, being Sivir and Heimerdinger, have been reworked, and I think it's a good thing that they have not been allowed in the GPL just yet, just because even in North America, they're being consistently banned out.
Yeah.
Both Heimerdinger and Sivir have been consistently banned out. Their pick rates and win rates have increased by a substantial amount as well, and Jinx just being a new champion, but I really thought Jinx should be released in the GPL by now.
I think it's one more week. One more week in the GPL, yeah. So Soon. Next week.
We get the Crazy Maniac.
Next week we get to see, yeah, she's so hot.
Hopefully, hopefully I'm never on the camera when Jinx is being played because I'm gonna personal message whoever's playing Jinx. If you don't spam /laugh and taunt, I will hunt you down and kill you.
Even if she dies, I think it's not too bad because when she dies, she has this heart thing on the head. Like her hair will fall into a heart shape.
So we get to zoom in and then ignore the rest of the game. Just Jinx.
He dies, she dies, and Jinx. Yeah, that's all that's gonna matter to me. And with that being said, this is game 3 of the night. Bangkok Titans going up against SF5. This is gonna be a match to watch. I mean, I'm really interested to actually see the Lucian picks and how it's gonna work out. Because earlier on it did work out for HQ, but that's only because
it's a runaway comp.
I think the runaway comp was really effective, and the opponents weren't actually scaling up side by side to Lucian, so there was no AD carry to kind of match up.
There sure wasn't. I'm not sure how he's gonna work out for this game because
it looks more standard 5v5, right?
Yeah, I thought Ezreal pick here would even be a bit better for the Saigon Fantastic Fire. I'm not sure what they have in mind for the Lucian. But actually, fair enough. Lucian is one of the hard counters to Nasus just because the wither can be broken from Lucian's dash.
That's right.
That could be why they picked up Lucian.
It actually does make a lot of sense to do that because you can also use that to break away from the command dissonance. So I guess it does make some sense. The thing is, I don't know about how the damage is going to work out in the late game when the only source, like Lucian can't fall off if you don't really build him up well.
He sure can.
He can, and you don't want to just put all your eggs in one basket to be Gragas. So I want to see how it goes because BKT is definitely packing in a whole bunch of punch with Renekton. NASA's build, I mean, damage is free on this guy the longer the game waits. Orianna as well becomes this bigger burst mage just because her AP ratios are incredibly high. And Graves, you can never discount Graves. His passive his quick draw gives him all that free AS late game and it can almost seem permanent once he gets enough hits in.
He sure does, and I really approve of Warlock's skin.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
Outback
croc,
Outback
best croc.
Yes, best croc.
Best crocodile.
It's my favorite croc.
Then they just need to make an interior crocodile alligator skin now.
Oh, and he drives a Chevrolet
Movie theater.
movie theater? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. That's actually a really good idea. I shall pitch this to Ryan.
Yes,
Yeah.
we should. We
So-
should both make a petition.
We make
for
a
this.
petition on Reddit, yeah?
Yes.
Join us on Reddit, guys.
Purple smells and interior crocodile skin
yes.
must be made.
Must be made. So now Style Kang now making the front lines for SF5. They walk right into the ward, and I'm sure BKT must be feeling really happy right now. They spotted all 5 members of SF5, and this is going to be the opportune moment for them to say, hey, guys, do we want to turn around? No, they don't. They ping and say, no, we go deeper. That's what we do. And we see the rest of them moving up.
See, Union Jack Fiddlesticks here on SKDLZ. I like that skin.
That skin, rarity.
Rare skin.
And BKT Sec's the only one standing around going like, don't worry guys, we got this.
We'll take the 1-on-5.
But you can't-
Ghostbusters.
Without Thresh though, they can't get that cheese kill in the earlier round, where Sue and Egg might move to this tri-brush.
Possible, but they will be able to spot them out there because Bangkok are standing on their ward, so they
Yep.
do know.
Yeah,
Don't think
so
it'll happen, though.
I just wish that SKLZ was here. So once they're
okay.
done, they were like, oh, walk back and
And then get
Cheese.
destroyed.
get cheese. Because you can't pump that Dark Wind first, and once they're two together, it'll be a super bounce.
A lot of damage.
A lot of early damage.
Good damages. Good
Good
damages.
damages, man. Good damages. And Graves burst at level 1 can definitely push them out of the lane.
Fiddlesticks was coming back to lane, but then they said no.
It was a bit late. Yeah, it's a bit late. And with that being said, I think Egg and Sue should have a relatively easy time just coming back to lane through the tri-brush.
SKLZ gonna put down a ward. Come on, do it.
They know.
Throw
they
the
know.
Dark Wind.
Dark Wind.
Yes, look at the damage and Egg. Wow, that's a lot of damage for 2 champions.
That was free, and that was the move that they needed to set for themselves.
This might help them snowball the lane because I don't think Sek and Egg can get into their lane now without jungle help.
It's
They
gonna
have
be
to go
really
around.
It's going to be really difficult.
There we go.
They had to pop that early pot, and of course, Lucian. Look at that. Still had to go one big round, and experience nothing.
Egg?
0 EXP.
Egg has to go around. He can't go through the lane. He will get poked down.
Yeah. So this is actually the best move. PKT off to a great start.
Here comes Vi though, so Vi might be able to make something happen. There is no water in that river. This might be, wow, Egg has turned this one around. They might be able to go.
They see it out. The Vault Breaker charging up. Will
What?
they missed the death sentence and looks premature. And that ignite, man. That ignite.
Egg just put all his eggs in one death sentence.
In one death sentence.
Did not pay off. I'm really confused as to why he did not use it when
When
Vi
he knew-
was close. He
yeah.
knew they were walking into the brush. They knew they were trying to push him out. Vi was close by, and he could have just done it, got Vi involved, and burn a flash or two, and then get into lane. So we are in the winter split of the resume now. We'll be back into game.
That's absolutely true, Fish. I mean, thank you for the factual recount of our game. Because this is the winter split.
I just realized it's good that it's not SAJ against SF5 because that would be pause heaven.
It'll be pause.
Pause heaven.
Perma pause. So mid lane looks pretty even up. Lanes actually doing pretty well with each other. I think it's just a matter. I think it's going to be a bit stalemate for a while, simply because these guys want to actually just spark it up a bit more. It's going to take some time. It's definitely going to take some time.
It sure is. Warlock getting good damage down onto Zach. A little bit of misplay, not stopping him from picking up his passive there. And again, not
He
stopping
needs
him.
those
He needs
pieces
the
of gel.
blobs. He needs a jelly.
He needs the jelly.
Plays a bit too much Candy Crush, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, it's actually true because the trade power from Renekton X comes up really strong. Oh, using both slices and dices. He's gonna regret that one. Oh, and first blood goes to Star Attack. Very reckless play. Was using that slice and dice of burst damage rather than trying to play control a bit more.
Very reckless play there. And quite surprising as well. He wanted to go in and get more harassed down onto the low health. Zach, a little bit reckless, though, especially since they did not know where the jungler was.
I think it was a weak choice. Overall, though, 0-1, and that gives SF5 a bit of an advantage back with that goal lead for the first blood. SKLZ going to prime up using the fear, get some damage onto the Dark Wind bounce. Oh, only twice, not worth.
Sector doing a good job getting damage out. Egg might throw Death Sentence here, try and get a hook down.
Oh, and he gets the predicted Death Sentence, forcing to blow that Dark Wind. Oh, the fear comes onto Egg, and BKT Sec picks that one up. Exhaust comes onto Sue, and TQ coming from the back, flashing out that barrel. A very nice play. SKLZ dropping really low, getting the Dark Wind. That Dark Wind is the one that finishes it off, and it's a 2 for 2. I still think major worth coming in for BKT.
2 for 2. Bangkok Titans played it out very well. I'm not sure why Egg used the second cast of his Death Sentence there. I mean, almost every single Thresh player now, they walk up to get the flare off instead of using the second cast of the Death Sentence. That allows you to be in a better position to get your range auto attacks off instead of having to go really deep into the opposition. Overcommitment, and that's, he just died there because of the overcommitment.
Indeed, yeah. And with that, I think BKT kind of climbed their way back up a bit, getting that wall to pick out 1-1 and making Lucian's 1-1-1 as well. But Fiddlesticks having the experience advantage is actually really, really helpful.
It sure is, and he's going to be able to poke so much more in this lane. He already has that sight storm. He's going to have the health advantage on an already really squishy Fiddlesticks, so he's going to be able to pretty much take some damage now in this lane, tank it up a little bit, have a lot of wards for his lane, and now he should be able to poke out Egg and Susu and also get good damage down.
Yeah, so I think overall that's a really fortunate play coming in from them. Intresno also managed to get a bit of a CS lead from a somewhat stale main lane earlier on. So BKT still on really good shape right now.
That Dark Wind is so scary every time it's thrown out. It's just like, it's gonna hit me a few times or just once.
Yeah, it's a game of luck, really. Warlock here getting a nice amount of farm as compared to Agani. So it's still pretty even up on top lane despite the fact that Warlock was killed earlier on. Getting also all over flash alongside with the command distance. Oh, this is actually a really good play coming in. Auto attack and Intresno turning that 2v1 into a kill.
Intresno just said no. Please stop.
It was a bit too, and they get the death sentence and the flay onto Sec. Sec forced to burn out. Oh, and Sue picking that one easily with a Q, the piercing light. I said that forced to back off.
Here we go.
Here we go, NTD going in. They get that fear onto Sue. Wither hits as well.
What?
Well, yeah, that one happened. And pulling it into the wrong way. NTD dropping really, really low.
Egg still alive?
Oh,
no.
And using that Spirit Fire and roasting that egg.
Roasted the egg. It's poached now.
Hard-boiled, yeah, man.
Poached, hard-boiled.
And Warlock can play aggressive now, knowing, hey, they're in the bottom lane now. Let's have fun.
Why is Warlock not squishing these boblets? They're most satisfying, one of the more satisfying sounds in LOL.
Yeah, it reminds you of Bubble Wrap, and you play the press and just work off Bubble Wrap.
I hope you know how that sound was made as well. Very interesting story about that sound. But here we go, they're going to be fighting up in this top lane.
And then no tenacity kind of drops Goni really, really low. The Ignite will not be able to finish him off. And Warlock here just getting lane superiority. That's about it. He went for the Dolan's Blade, yeah.
That's a huge item difference.
It is. It's actually a huge, huge difference with these guys. And I think it shows that Renekton has a superior laning phase now compared to, what is that?
Gentleman.
Gentleman.
So Gentleman here is going to go back and pick up that chain vest. That kind of signals, yep, this lane's just going to be farm fest now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to actually win the lane anymore. Style can't come from the side. DQ as well. They get the barrel. Should have enough damage. Are they going to wait for a bit more? No, and Style can't. Oh, no. Miscoordination and Style.
TQ just tried to chaos that. I know, he tried to kill steal away from Style Kang.
Style Kang.
There's no other reason why he would do that.
Exactly. NGD, they're going to start quick work onto this dragon. Will he pop his ultimate? That's the question. No, it's on cooldown. So, Intresno having dropped help. They get the Wither onto him. Auto attacks galore. They bit of a weak ultimate there, but they still put up the kill, and that's good enough for them.
His sacrifice, though, does stop them from doing Dragon, so not too bad.
It's not too bad. Money in the bank, though, for these guys. And with Sek picking up that kill, one might say it was a sacrifice, but they still have another demon to deal with. Yeah, and that is and
That is Marty Fiddlesticks, who did nothing.
I mean, they got the fear off, but just not enough damage. And SF5 on the other hand says, hasta la vista, this is our Dragon now.
Yes. So SF5 were able to pick up that Dragon after losing Egg, who face checked the Dragon Pit, so to speak, put the pink ward down, was not able to clear that one off though. Now they're going to the bottom lane. I think Sek's in trouble. Oh. Sek is actually in huge trouble here. He's going to get knocked up by Style Kang. TQ's going to pick up that kill. He's trying to juke through the brushes, but great move by Vi there, locking him down as soon as he went in between.
Yeah, I think that's really that's a good play. I mean, overall from these guys. They got the Dragon at least, and that's all that matters. Warlock here also getting up that wave clear. And bottom lane getting that pressure from 3-man. They get a fear off the Egg. Dark with no bounces there. He has to just back off. As a disengage off the tree.
I don't think so. No, they can't run away.
They can't run away.
They just can't.
While getting the thing I like about Renekton in that lane is that he actually gets a lot of sustain and can freeze it really, really well if he wants to.
Sure can.
See that with that call to me, you can just all the AoE here, ram these top lane champions. Overall, 5-7 is the current score. Oh, the Ignite goes out. Donnie going for the overcommitment here, popping the dominance from Renekton, and he will survive. 2 ultimates burn. No biggie, no biggie.
Garni will be able to sustain much better than Warlock now, though, especially since he'll just be able to pick up the bloblets that he puts down. Warlock has to use his Q there to get some extra health back. Even attacking a turret, he says, yeah, why not?
Yeah, right. He's nil 2 now, slightly higher in the farm. And that Negatron cloak, not being able to beat out with a Negatron, I think a lot about how it's going for them at the moment.
Sure does. Zach doing a great job up at this top lane. Has not died to the Renekton. Keeping him low on health, but we're going to see NDD here poised in the back lines of this top lane. Might try to get the counter gank down onto Zach up at this top lane.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to be really easy to gank Renekton a third time, and that's why I think we're sending NDD to that top lane kind of join it up. NDD pop their ghosts and to no effect. I think it's been very sloppy play coming from both these teams so far this game, above overextensions.
I think it's been very sloppy play from all the teams tonight so far.
Yeah.
I think, except for HQ, I think all the teams have been very sloppy, especially with their summoner spells.
I mean, yeah, it could be because of the new patch, and they get the ultimate in Trezno using that distance, and Shockwave once more, trying to get a bit of a gap close, but won't be enough, and Style King picks up this kill a second time.
Hammer fist to the face right there.
Oh yeah, it's denting metal, man, this guy. For sure, for sure. And Warlock here getting pushed out the lane once again. He needs to start farming up to get to the mid game tower. Did I say mid lane tower? I meant mid game. Yeah.
That's the mid lane tower.
That trades off. No squishy squashies yet. And NDD forced to defend the lanes. I realize that NDD has been sent to all these various lanes to try to secure them, while not making all that much kill potential so far. Oh, and God there.
He gets it right.
He gets it right, yeah.
I know you're in there, Warlock.
That was deal or no deal to pick the right box, basically.
Outback Clock in his natural habitat in the brush there. Get some good damage done onto Zach, but not too much. He's gonna regen that back up with his bloblets.
Some, but not enough. Bot lane, they want to get this turret down. Second has killed it. Surprisingly, Sek has double Darns. I mean, the items are really small as compared to Lucian, who might be able to win out in a trade so long as he misses out at first.
Lucian's building up later the Ruin King. I like this pickup, especially against the Nasus and Renekton team composition, who just have so much health.
Yeah, and he will need to be able to use that kite powers with Blade the Ruin King. Not to mention, I think early on, because of the increased attack speed, your trades actually seem a lot better with the spell cast coming from Lucian, as opposed to the Trinity has that power spike 13, but it just doesn't use that kind of like ability.
And he's gonna battle it out with Style Kang here, who's a little bit too deep into the territory. Turns that one around, and he had to use his ult there.
Yeah. Oh, Mortal Kombat. I think they get that one out.
What?
Who takes that one?
I think TQ got it. TQ picked it up.
TQ got that one. Yeah.
Wow.
I was looking at both junglers, hoping someone was gonna smite it, but no.
TQ.
Not Style
TQ says
Kang.
TQ.
Style Kang, man. I
Style
think
Kang, no style.
when I think of his name, I really think Mortal Kombat for some reason.
Style Kang, just no style right there.
Oh, going for the ultimate, and TQ says, go away. No, Fresno.
Did he
bye-bye.
just say no and get a creep
Yes.
for an ultimate?
Yes, he did. He did.
Okay.
Because he is Gragas.
He did a bit of a K-Thanks by there.
He pulled the K-Thanks by, but this ain't no TLC. This is GPL, the regional league.
Regional League,
Regional
Green
League.
Pulse League.
Greater Pause League. And Stu here, they use that ultimate coming in from Sec to wave clear. So he will be down by one piece of burst. TQ going for that fight. He will regret that body slam. Ronnie come in for the side as well, so they go 1-for-1 in the gank. Not that bad, but could have gotten better, I think.
I think TQ regrets using his ultimate on one minion as well.
Yeah.
That could have been a big decisive factor in that fight there.
Especially if they knew that Gon's would come down. So one major thing I feel is that they are being extremely uncoordinated, and they aren't good at their rotations at the moment. And it seems to be a big issue for most of the GPL teams tonight.
And the uses of their summoner spells have been a
Very questionable.
bit lackluster
That
as
culling
well.
was also very questionable. Today is a bad night for everyone.
I mean, Monte Cristo has stated in the Korean scene that Lucian is only ever picked for his ultimate to clear waves.
It's
For
the
some
best.
reason. So maybe SF5 want to be Korean. They want to be real Korean.
Real Korean.
Real Koreans.
40%, 400% increased damage on minions in that thing. So, worse, I guess, in some ways. Warlock getting very easily bullied out of lane by Goni now. Tides have turned, and once Renekton loses that power in the laning phase, you know things are going sour, and this is SF5 saying, we're coming back into this.
And my goodness, Renekton just doesn't scale as well as Zac. He has a great early and mid game, but I think Zac has just destroyed the chances of Warlock having any mid game right now.
Yeah, because, but like I think we mentioned before, Renekton does need a bit of items in the pocket as well to just build up that extra tankiness. Dominus provides extra health, but not resistance. So, can be an issue, especially against Zac, who has health. Naturally speaking, he has a lot of health. Plus, he can just build. I mean, he naturally has all this disruption in his tank.
Naturally speaking,
Naturally speaking.
not mechanically speaking, but ooh, Chesso, bye-bye.
As usual, he sends them flying away.
TQ just wants to help everybody on BKT right now. He says, here's your charity, you can have it.
Don't drink when you're playing Gragas.
Yes,
though. The irony.
don't. Oh,
Yeah.
the irony of that. Being drunk.
Yeah.
Being drunk just kind of made him miss all of his explosive class.
Oh,
Cask.
Yeah.
He put all his eggs in one cask there.
That's right. Second SKLZ doing quick work off this turret. It's almost down, very, very close. And Su having to defend himself. I think Egg's coming back. Yeah, Egg's coming back in with this one. So Sec doing the nice waves there that he can do. That's the brilliant thing I like about the Graves Fiddlestick combo, which I think not a lot of AD characters can pull off, is that once the wave is clear, like Blitzcrank, it's easier to land those hooks. And in this case, Fiddlestick's easier for multiple bounces of the Dark Wind.
Sure is. That's interesting observation there. That those dark winds as well in the bottom lane early on just pack such a huge punch.
Great, they have great base damage at the start, not so great in the scaling and the leveling up. So it's working out well for them. In Fresno though, already sitting at 108 minion score. At least Holy Girl also in the making. So I'm thinking this is a good start, a good place to begin as they translate the mid game.
I think so too. Egg here, death sentence. Doesn't say anybody. Jungler and mid laner are coming down to try and get a gank off onto this bottom lane, but decide not to after running into a ward.
Yeah, very nicely done here. They plant this one, and intuitively BKT was like, I'm getting out of here. They knew something fishy was gonna happen. They sensed you basically.
Yeah, they knew.
Some fishy.
They just know that Fish is casting
Fishy
this game.
casting. So Graves though, instead of going for the traditional big burst items like BT and Last Whisper, this time IE means auto attack. Graves is back in fashion.
Infinity, yes.
They got the fear onto Egg there. He's once again Lantern Man. No, this is just a bad moment. No one. Sec goes down easily. SKLZ forced to, he's gonna die. That's it.
It's not working out too well for the Bangkok Titans right now.
They
Not
came
at all.
in like a wrecking ball and they just demolished that bot lane.
They sure did. And Bangkok Titans here, I don't think they have much of a response now. bottom lane has been demolished by the Saigon Testify, which I did not expect. I thought that Graves Fiddlesticks lane would do much better than the Lucian Thresh lane. Warlock as well, a bit of an underperformance coming in from him. I thought that he would be able to beat out that Zac lane fairly easy. The only lane that's fairly even right now is Intresso and TQ.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by the force of BKC tonight because that turret was already so low that after knowing that's Vi in the opponent's team, you have absolutely no reason to defend that one. It's not like you have a escape comp.
Yeah, it's not like you can run away and hope it works out.
Yeah, not when a wrecking ball's coming in your face.
Not when the wrecking ball's coming in. As soon as Zac joins up with his team, that's going to be a huge, huge wrecking ball for the Saigon Testify.
I would love to put a Nicolas Cage picture just superimpose onto Vi.
Oh my goodness, that would be perfect.
Do you think it'll go viral? I think it might go viral.
I think it would go viral.
I'm gonna change it. League of Miley.
You know how they have the League of Draven where they change so many champions, every champion's face, and then some other things like Orianna's ball, Shield of Leona into Draven's face. They need the League of Nicolas Cage. They need you, Elliot.
They need it. They're gonna get Draven, basically. I shall be the savior of the public, and I'll do that.
We need to cast the game with the League of Draven on one day. We need to.
Yes, we will.
We need to. I'm gonna write a petition to Garena now.
I think so too. SF5 going real deep with these jungle wards. They know that they finally have their advantage, and it's time to pressure those lanes down.
Sure is. They have about 4,000 gold in their advantage, which is pretty significant for 21 minutes into this game. We see that Warlock has joined up with his team. He was able to take down the tower of SF5 early on, which does give him a bit more of a roaming potential. TSU here getting some good damage down onto Sec. Even more good damage down. They're actually doing a good job of keeping Graves at bay.
We were saying that they were 4,000 gold up, but it's not just 4,000 gold up. In this case, that bonus 4K is actually going to the carries, the big guys who are making the plays. Gragas is sitting at 8,000, Lucian is sitting at 8,000, and Zac is decisively beating out Renekton by about 1,000 gold.
Sure
They're going for the assault battery. Intresso caught in a bad position. Still gets the shockwave on. Will it be enough? No, they get the slow down with the stretching strike. And some manly BO of the body slam ends off that kill.
Sure, that's TQ picking that one up for his team. Stalkang with the aggressive assault and battery there, doing a good job picking that one up.
Yeah, that's absolutely all they did. And Stu with the superior pushing power gets that kill. Blade of the Ruin King in his pocket. He got nothing to worry about. If NDD were to come and stop him, just using his E dash and Blade of the Ruin King, he was going to steal all the kills.
I think right now, Lucian can pretty much he's split pushing this lane.
Yeah, he can do it by himself. That's the best part.
He almost has the items for an Infinity Edge as well. Once he picks that one up, he'll be a full Blade of the Ruin King ahead of Graves.
So Stalkang same side, about 10
Look at
seconds.
style points.
That's for style points.
Style points for Stalkang.
Doing the dance. I love it's a pretty strange dance though, but oh, and NDD that's picking up all that monies with that one Spirit Fire. Of course, bonus 6 stacks for Siphoning Strike. Worth it, always. To Stalkang making quick one of this. On the top side though, Egg going real low, drops the box in the nick of time.
They'll pick up a dragon, so it's fairly worth it. Stalkang though trying to run away. Nasus with the ghost though. Ryan Nasus is chasing down. The policeman is coming. Turns on the siren. There goes the handcuffs, but it's not enough.
Not enough, and Style.
Style points. Style points, run away.
Stalkang ran away.
I just realized it's quite ironic that we have a Lucian and Thresh laning in the same lane. I mean, Thresh did kind of kill his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's so tough. Lore problem. Goni dropping real low as well. Self-division kicks in. That was just basically, I think, Goni being really, I don't know, staying in the wrong position at the wrong time.
Did see TQ come in. This time, his explosive cast was meant to throw people away from those self-division. Wasn't able to do too much, so he gets bursted down. Tower goes down as well. Stalkang exhausted up. Double kill for the Orianna. Surprise party. Union Jack Fiddlesticks will help with the triple kill for Orianna.
Right, and this is initially SF5 traded Thresh, a support champion, for a dragon, and that was good. But that just swung it all the way in the opposing favor now.
They've done it twice already. They just gave Eggs just like the sacrificial lamb for dragon.
It was. I mean, I wouldn't mind trading my support away. I mean, no offense, John. But I would give up my support if it need be for that dragon in that early part of the game. The thing is, subsequently, they
can have all
just...
my teammates.
I don't think
Sneak
Judy was very happy about that. And
He's always the first one to go, so it's
Silver,
okay.
silver.
Silver elo.
And with SF5, actually then losing both Goni, Style Kang, and then TQ, not worth.
And the tower as well.
Yeah, not worth. SF5 responds by swinging up the top lane, gets one more turret. That's a pretty good place to be in. They can actually now do the rotations to the mid lane. I think that's going to be very helpful.
They still are up by quite a large amount of gold. SKLZ does get the fear down onto TSU. He won't grab, he won't grab the lantern.
Yeah, that Dark Passage though, not the best use of it. He knows that it was 3 seconds of fear. By the time your Dark Passage comes out, it's like there's no point clicking that.
Pretty much, and also his wife's in there. I don't see why he doesn't want to go for a little bit of a...
He should though.
He should.
I want to touch the lantern. Grab my lantern first.
Visit, yeah, grab the lantern.
I saw on the Reddit forums, some guy was like, we need to, if we press W a second time, we need to get there. I don't know why I made the guy's voice sound like that, but yeah, that's my impression of people.
I hope they don't, because then everybody's just gonna press W.
All the time?
Yeah, all the time. There we go, SKLZ getting a lockdown death sentence as well.
Easy kill. And with that being said, now a big chunk of the CC is dropped from the side of the Bangkok Titans.
Sure is. SF5 now have the luxury of pushing up this top lane. The rest of BKT have to regroup. They might be able to get an engage though, just because TQ is not with the team.
There we go, NDD coming from the side. Is he going to use his ultimate yet? No, not blowing any spells whatsoever. Gets the Wither onto Zac. No, not sure in fact, he's so tanky at the moment with that Spirit Visage and of course the Sunfire Cape.
What is damage?
What is damage? That's
damage
it's
don't hurt me.
Damage don't hurt them. Exactly, no more. And they still have that 5-man combo with TQ moving into that top lane. This is going to be really interesting. Sao Kang from the side. They get the death sentence onto the Crocodile. The culling comes in, not culling anyone. And DD dropping real low. Of course, cleansing away. Only getting one shockwave of the whole thing. Jam, bam, lots of AoE damage. TQ using that ultimate to great effect. Playing the team apart, Goni going into death mode here. Zac taking tons of damage. Zoom with the double kill, triple kill. Right to the side, Warlock picks up that kill, the shutdown.
Jumped it.
Oh my gosh, and it's 4 for 3 with SF5 coming up slightly underhanded.
TQ does have that blue buff though. He's going to continue chasing with that body slam. Slicing Dice does get the double proc off the minions there in the mid lane, so he will be able to get away from that one. BKT, despite being...
Alright, we're going to move into a replay, just kind of show you what happened in slow motion. Fish, take us through this.
So we can see here, Style Kang, they know that he's coming. Death sentence goes straight onto Warlock, gets knocked out by Style Kang. Here comes Gunny as well, pops the Let's Bounce. Warlock though, very good timing with his ultimate right as he gets initiated on, so he's a bit tankier and does a lot of damage around. Gunny's going to keep bouncing. And Treso, unlucky, only gets that shockwave onto one person who's TSU and gets no damage. But Zac, left in the back lines here by the Bangkok Titans, no damage down onto him. The TQ ultimate does separate Warlock and Zac here and gets and while Treso picks up the double kill, but doesn't do too much as he arrived late. Zac tries to duel out TSU here, will lose out thanks to the body slam, and will eventually get picked up by a nice pickup by Warlock here, who will eventually escape.
Well, and that 5-1 thing I must say is that I think Sao Kang he knew that the Orianna was across the wall and could have gotten that Vault Breaker because the wall was in the brush, but he chose to stun lock up Warlock instead. I don't know if that's the best choice because he was kind of like free roaming on the side after that.
They locked up both NDD and Warlock, who are playing Renekton and Nasus, and if you want to bring them closer into your team and stun lock in your team, they're happy with that because they're going to be damaged. They're going to be dealing damage as long as they're close to the opposition champions. And then the shockwave coming out from Intreso, I thought that was the key point of the fight because if he was able to hit a few more people there, I felt that BKT could have decisively taken that fight despite being so much gold down.
I agree with that. So a bit of a priority mismatch for the team here. SF5 not showing the best teamfight coordination we've seen so far in the GPL. But no, the thing is that they go up and go, which is okay because it's not a fatal mistake, at least not for now.
It wasn't a mistake, so to speak, just because they did end up trading 4 for 4.
Yeah.
But the shutdown going to Warlock might help him out. I still think Warlock's item choices are a bit questionable though. Getting the Bilgewater Cutlass on a Renekton.
The Cutlass plus the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. Now the Boots of Lucidity are great in the laning phase, Once the team fight using now, they catch out NDD here. SKL, they're coming to the side, has some AoE damage, and they're gonna just stop the Fiddlesticks party right there. God picks up a kill onto ND from the side. Two, trying to get as much peel as possible. Warlock goes in, a nice play, coming from the side. Intrezzo misses the ball. Culling, no culling.
No culling allowed. Zach does get death sentence, so they're gonna continue this fight.
A fast flight, a very nice ultimate there by Intrezzo. Goni going real low, Zach getting tons of damage, burning the flash from Goni. It's going to be a 3 for 2. Man, SF5 team's getting these really nice engagers, but the follow-up is very reckless and very sloppy.
They keep going on to both Warlock and NED, though. I don't think they should be engaging on these champions.
No. They need
Not at all.
Zach and Intrezzo out.
Yes, they need to take out one of the carries and then focus on the front line.
Yeah. They need to get the DPS out. It's not like SF5 does not have its own DPS. That's the big thing. They have the DPS to take out and assassinate a single target. But that culling really lackluster damage and a lot of wasted time.
And I was saying right before that fight, I don't like the Bilgewater Cutlass pickup from Renekton. I think if any item to go for damage on Renekton, I think it should be going for that Tiamat instead. Yes.
We've been seeing Tiamats a lot, and I think that's been kind of a new item of the month, right? For Renekton players.
Even on junglers, I always criticize junglers when they pick up the Spirit of the Elder Lizard. I like it better when they pick up a Tiamat instead.
Right.
Which Mineski have been doing so sometimes on their carry junglers, but it feels like a more wholesome item.
I do think so too. No matter how great the advantage is, Tiamat does allow you to help you push out these lanes in the current meta where creep wave management counts for a lot.
Sure does. So SF5 here is still ahead by about 5,000 gold. That lead has not changed, but the Bangkok Titans are showing, despite being behind, they can fight.
They can still do this, that's for sure.
NED here going really hard onto TQ. The shockwave still hits despite being knocked back. Very, very questionable once again. The bomb delivery service on Nasus onto Agragas. Yeah,
a bit weak, I would say. Yeah, that's for sure. SKL's dead here, and Saigon needs to defend that bottom lane, they gotta push it out. But Su and, of course, Stylecang lurking in the bottom lane. They're trying to do a split push type strategy. I don't know if it's gonna be best. NED going forward, has the ball in for a moment. No speed boost,
No speed boost at all. NED gonna grab a stack from that ward there. Another 30 gold for him as well. Egg gonna clear out the wards in Baron. The recent changes to Baron are quite interesting as well. You can no longer just walk into his pit. He will hurt you.
Now he knows when you enter his room.
He will hurt you.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because I know when people enter my room, I don't just go like, oh hey guys.
Oh hi, you can look at my stuff.
Hey guys.
Just don't hurt me.
Why do I make everyone who comes to my room sound like an idiot? I make them sound like really, like they have problems, they have issues. BKT trying to go into the Baron pit. Gotta defend this objective, get their pink ward in. And as good guy SKLZ with that Oracle.
So who is it twerking off for right now?
Yeah, it's kind of it's gonna be a twerk off.
It's gonna be a twerk.
It's gonna be a twerk off between these guys. In fact, I think when Gargazas is dance, it looks a bit like a twerk sometimes. I think. I don't know. I'm starting to get really bad dreams tonight. Yes. I think for sure.
Yes.
Egg and Goni. I mean, still has that Oracle up. It's gonna last enough for them to secure vision around the Baron pit. Now the question, what do you think BKT can do to get back in this game?
I think BKT needs to get a good fight off. Every time they fought against SF5, they've been caught out. Either NDD or Warlock gets initiated on. I think if they can get a good fight with all their members in good proximity and start off the fight in a 5-on-5 situation, they might be able to actually take the fight.
Right. And now that you mentioned that, I'm looking at Oriana's score. 9-3-3, man. The amount of damage he brings to the team, it means if they shut down Intrezzo as early as they can, it actually might be. Taking his turret, not the... Well, they give it for free anyway, because SF5 was back.
Charity.
Always nice and merciful, I always say. Except in solo queue. Oh, they turn around, they can TQ early on. Intrezzo using a very questionable shockwave, but still, they get tons of damage down. Stylecang trying to peel on Intrezzo, the burst damage, NTD, so much getting it lasted onto Stylecang. Going dropping real low, sound division, he's gonna block the 4 blobs. He's gonna blob into 4 blobs.
Blob and 4.
Is that my commentary? Wow.
Blob into 4 boblets. We saw Bangkok Titans there, hiding behind the wall.
Fog of War plays.
Fog of War right there. as soon as TQ body slam past that fog of war point, he's like, no.
Go!
No,
Clamp
TQ
on
was just like,
obesity.
help me.
Help
Me, please.
Help, please.
He could not be helped though. He couldn't even flash away from that fight.
Intresno damage is incredible. I must say, it's just dish out so much. And because of utilities bring to the team, the shields have been actually keeping targets alive. We saw Sek actually was low early on, I think. Oh, he was a target at least. And then the ball.
And we saw it just there. We were talking about it before. SF5 consistently engaging on the tanks of the Bangkok Titans. PKT get one fight. They pick off a carry and they win the fight. That's exactly what SF5 needed to do earlier. The culling just...
No, he ain't culling anything, man.
Just a little bit of poke.
BK team showing that they can be comeback kings. Egg trying to get the flash with the death sentence. Misses that one out.
Put all his eggs in one basket there. Pause.
Really? I just like the pun.
Maybe Jehudi.
Jehudi for sure.
For sure. I mean, we see what he tests the audio with.
So the Sek managed to run away from this one. No big deal for them. Things actually looking pretty bright at the moment for the side of DKT. SF5 get another turret though, which should be the worry on the side of Bangkok Titans.
They have Baron. They're happy campers right now.
Yeah, they should be happy campers. My only question is that if they manage to actually have a really good 5-on-5 fight for reals this time,
For reals?
SF5 that still can win this one.
I think so too. For reals.
For reals.
For reals. It might
Korea.
work out eventually.
Korea, yeah.
Korea. Whoever's in the Garena office right now must be like, oh, I hate these casters. Why?
Why, Elliot? Why, Fish?
Why?
Why you make us do work?
Why are you making us do this work?
Why you promise people things we won't deliver?
Garena pause.
Garena pause, unpause.
Unpause. Now it's unpaused. We're back in the Garena Premier League.
Yay!
Until next time, when the pause happens. Good night.
We'll be your commentators for the.
We'll be your
We'll be your
commentators.
commentators for the pause league. Yeah.
For pause league.
For
So
sure,
back
for
to
sure.
Premier League.
They're going for the well, Dragons up in 40 seconds or so. 40 minutes is too long. But they have the Baron buff. I think they want to bulldoze their way down this bottom lane first. Lots of money to be taken out of it. And with that being said, earlier on they were about 5,000 goal ahead. SF5 now getting their gap closed.
Sure is. Gap closed being closed.
Yeah, the gap being closed now. And money in the bank for these guys. BKT has so many outer towers they can take to match up even more.
They sure can. And with this Baron buff, I don't think there's much that SF5 can do to stop them.
This is really in Fresno being the boss here.
It sure is. 10 kills, 3 deaths, and 5 assists.
He's carrying a team. He's bringing an entire kit to carry the team.
Put the team on the back right now. That's
Yeah.
what he's doing.
That's exactly what he's doing, and I love it. I think it's a great move. Look at that. Every time NDD goes in for the scares, one shield comes in, more than enough to take up those at least 2 turret hits.
BKT really looks scary right now. Blade of the Ruined King has been picked up by Renekton. A little bit of a questionable item in my opinion, but could work out.
And Sek managed to catch up items as well. Up against Lucian was so far ahead early on. This is not looking good for SF5. Bulldoze back in. Then now only 800 gold away from catching up to the Saigon Fantastic 5.
Top lane just has such a massive minion wave pushing into that top tower. And eventually will get there. The slower it takes to get there, the bigger that wave's gonna get.
The Blade of the Ruined King is finished on Renekton, but he also has his tanky items now, which we didn't notice earlier on. This is looking scary.
Very, very scary.
They can pick up that red buff as well, passing it over to Sek.
They will get picked that one up.
And again, and this is them doing the smart rotation. I love it. I love how these teams are adapting to how Koreans also do their rotation. They drop out lane, all 5 up together.
Who needs minions?
Real
Korea don't need minions. Real Korea 5-player against world.
5 players against the world.
I mean, just look at this huge minion wave. They didn't even want to wait for it. They're just like, no, just minions.
No, they can do that as well because they have the Baron buff. Now the Baron buff allows them to regenerate so much better in the process. So
I'm just admiring that sexy minion wave there that just got
they
obliterated.
got obliterated, I know, right? Power of Gragas, all in there. Wall coming in. NDD, they have to push out. Basically all DKT needs to do is push this wave out because their Baron buff is going to drop real soon.
Warlock Still on the front lines with NDD. Works out very nicely there, having those two frontline tanky champions, two carries in the back with the support in between, healing for those two carries. Works out very nicely for them indeed.
It's a good composition to be running, and of course a good, if I want to say, a formation for these guys as they move through the game. Of course, trying to cancel out the mid wave, trying to build it out, stack it up a bit more, while the bottom and top lanes push in. They could go for a bit of a split push at the moment, I think, because items-wise, I think most of them can do, especially if you send assist to that bot lane, it should be fine.
Going to be interesting to see what the Bangkok Titans and the Saigon Fantastic 5 do to initiate this next fight. It looks like it's going to be a stalemate for a while. Bambam is
Going
out.
in, Warlock with the stun onto Egg. A very nice also actually coming in from TQ. He does get disrupted quite a bit, dropping the health quite low. Look at Sek. Sek's almost halfway through the health. They defend the inhibitor, and that's what counts.
Quite surprising, Saigon Fantastic 5 are not out of this game. The goal is still even. It's still very close between these two teams. It's going to be very, very close this next fight.
Right, and it is going to be close. One thing I like though is that NED actually doesn't have much stacked Siphoning Strike, but he's being really key. He's just going to the back lines and getting that wither off the right target at the right time.
And just being a really tanky beast as well.
Yep. Hey, coming from the side, is he going to set up that death sentence? They need to get onto this engagement soon. If not, the inhibitor is good as dead.
They sure do. BKT nicely putting their frontliners in front of the carry, so very hard for the Saigon Fantastic 5 to push in on them to get the initiation off.
3 damage coming on, Warlock engages. They get the bomb drops as well. Goody at the back. Going from there, BKT NDD drops down really fast. Zonya's coming up from DQ. No culling whatsoever. That shockwave actually doesn't do much damage to try to get to 2, burning the flash, and this is BKT going down to death.
2 deaths there. Sek was in a really bad position as well. TQ had a very nice ultimate, I think. He was able to separate the back line and the front line of the Bangkok Titans. That allowed TSU to kite with the rest of the team to obliterate the front line, while Goni just pretty much destroyed Sek by himself.
Everyone's taking the turret today because disrespect turret. Hashtag disrespect turret.
Hashtag don't like minions.
Don't like minions. Minion useless.
Useless minions. Minions
What
are
did I
not,
pay you guys for, man?
minions not twerking out.
Not working out.
They're not twerking out.
Season 4, are we removing them from the game?
Yes.
Okay.
With Teemo.
All Teemo.
All Teemo.
All Teemo.
All Teemo.
Terrible. So next Baron up in 7 seconds. This is actually going to be contestable, I think, by both teams, because the mid inhibitor is up for the side of SF5. It's going to be a fight to the death, and I think whoever wins this next team fight will actually take the game.
They're doing Baron, so I think BKT can lose if they do this Baron.
You think we can go with
They lose this Baron, yeah. I think he'll be able to come around and destroy them. Smart BKT, don't do the Baron.
Baron is the ultimate new state. That's what I strongly believe in. Ultimate new state.
There's a stronger word than that, which Destiny, a popular streamer for both StarCraft and League of Legends, has used before, but I don't think it's very stream friendly.
No, it's not very stream friendly. No. Warlock goes real low. A very nice shockwave coming in for the side of BKT. The fight erupts. Stylecat gets speared. SKL gets tons of AoE damage. Donnie dropping very low as well. Culling not being able to bring the Dom down. And oh, that barrel almost there. Almost close enough to beat now NDD.
These fights are just so close between the two teams. I mean, SF5 came out on top just based on the health difference, but still, that was a really close fight.
It was indeed.
Oh, whoa.
Yep. Yep. And Baron fight. Baron.
I don't think we'll see Baron fight. SF5 can take this one.
Oh, and a really premature smite there could have cost me something. But thankfully, no one was there.
Thankfully.
So SF5 take the Baron buff. They're going to go back to base. 2020 is the score. This is looking like to be a long game. 67.4k goal in favor of SF5. Bangkok Titans from being comeback kings, being relegated once again to the loser seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
They looked like they were going to come back in the game. Looked like they were really strong despite being gold down.
That's where you were wrong, Fish.
That's where I was wrong. But now they're behind in gold again. That's where they're strong.
They're
stronger when they're behind.
They know how to play from the back.
They know how to play from behind.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
think Miley
That
Cyrus,
might work out for them.
Miley Cyrus as well. Both of them know how to play from behind.
They should liaise with Jehudi.
They should.
They should.
They're gonna go
Egg.
for the death sentence.
Egg. Dragon is a stationary target.
He wanted to try to the death sentence and fly to the dragon thing.
He missed a
And he
stationary.
didn't.
How do you miss it? I don't understand.
I don't know, but with that they pick up the they pick up the dragon with the Baron buff. This is SF5's game to win now.
It is.
It is the game to win. Brute Force down the mid lane. Style Kang going to lead the charge. He's actually really tanky. Look at that.
He has lots of style.
Lots of style and got a shield in the Randuin's Omen. Got a locket from the Solari. Got the fist from the Ancient Golem.
He has the 2 big fists as well.
He has his own 2 big fists.
Yes.
And he's going to lead. They have actually a lot of tanky. I mean, the tanky front line from Zac and Vi is actually really, really good for them. The good thing, what I like about Vi though, is that as a tank you have armor shred plus max health damage from the W.
I like that a lot. And the auto attack reset as well. 2. You can charge up 2.
For excess points, yeah. So it's looking really nice now. As long as it keeps Stu alive, I think Stu should just stop using the cutlass. Like,
Yes.
for me to be less DPS and auto attacking.
I think Gragas just popped. No, he did not pop his ultimate there.
No pop.
No pop.
He's drunk, but not that drunk. You know.
Yes. Just a little bit.
I think we need to get.
He needs to put egg in his casket,
He needs.
I think.
Yes.
And throw that instead.
Throw that instead. Might be well worth one day.
Instead of putting all the eggs in one basket, just put egg in the casket and throw it at the team.
Put all your egg in one casket.
Yes. Put all your egg in one casket, throw that at the Bangkok Titans, and that might work out.
It will work out. I believe so. Style Kang going to soak out a few hits while Stu gets a few in. That Dark Passage that I don't think was very necessary.
Just taunting Lucian like, here's your wife.
Your wife is here.
Your
Go hit
wife.
the turret. I shall not let her free until you hit the turret. I don't think Thresh talks in such a gentlemanly voice.
No, I don't think so either.
I gave him this really nice. Oh,
that might be exquisite Gragas, but this is Oktoberfest Gragas, so maybe not.
Gragas Esquire, yeah.
Maybe the gentleman Choga.
I really hope they give Thresh a very gentlemanly sound. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Lucian, you want your wife?
Do you want your wife back? Might be able to provide that service for you.
One day.
At a price.
At a price.
At a price.
Now they sound like David, just at a price. Hey,
At
you
a
want
price it would be.
SF5, now going back to base, they went to stock up on all those items, the last minute items, and I think this is the final countdown for them. Cue the cheesy 1980s tech music. Yeah. And now, yeah, that's really nice what you said. I think we just need SF5 to force their way to the victory.
I think
get a nice engage on
it's
them.
still anybody's game. I mean, Bangkok Titans still have the chance of winning a team fight.
They could, I think they could, with Intresno, high amount of damage, but with the double lock of the Iron Solari, now that's a different thing altogether.
They're gonna really have to rely on Intreso to get a great ultimate off.
A great one.
A great.
And that
Not even a
requires
good, a great.
one. And you need the help of SKLZ to at least get into the brunt of the fight with that Caw Storm.
Caw?
Yeah, the
Caw Storm.
The Caw Storm. So that's gonna take a high amount of T1, and I don't know whether they can pull that off this game. So the siege comes in, they still got a bit of time. The breakfast that was the ultimate.
There was the cast.
And Warlock now going back in, getting a stun on the TSU. Long from Sidefly pops the box there. Gonna be enough. Teardrop energy below. TQ's got it. Angel and Star pop. No, oh, that goes down. Gone, going real low. TQ as well, taking tons of damage. Warlock dropping. Egg goes to the flash. Sag picks up TQ. Silencer's going all around. Egg picks up Warlock. Now Stu as well, getting a double kill.
Fresno
going in for Egg. Will it be enough? No, he's gonna walk out of that one.
He dies.
Big Knight gets the take. Triple kill for second and Fresno. They could go brute force their way into that inhibitor and even take the game.
See, that's why I really put all the eggs in one casket there.
They put the egg in one casket.
As soon as TQ threw his ultimate, that was go time.
Warlock was like,
I'm a crocodile.
Let me through.
Let me through.
We really sound Scottish now, no?
We are the Scottish.
We are the Scottish.
Are you not Scottish?
I am.
You are, okay.
I am. And they're gonna try to end this game. It's gonna be the two-man in Fresno and Sec. Getting in. They're gonna fight on Style Kang though. He's really tanky. In Fresno taking way too much damage from the turret. Seg now going to take out a few hits as well. Saigon just needs to go and burn some time. No, tons of damage coming. Lock of irons to Lowry.
Seg might die.
No, Seg, they get the turret. Oh my goodness, this is time really, really tight for them. Seg needs to get that DPS onto it. Saigon at half health. No, they're going to say, come on, dude, come on, let's go. Back off.
Let's get out
Oh
of here.
man, scary days. Especially knowing that the home guard boots are up.
Oh man.
Man,
This is one intense game.
is this real life or is this fantasy?
This is fantasy. I mean, Bangkok Titans are still behind in gold, so I think they can still win this one.
I mean,
As long as their gold doesn't exceed SF5s, they might win.
BKT just went from behind and they came in to take one Nexus turret away. One step closer to victory.
One step.
I mean, SF5 is not even in their base yet. That's the thing. That's the magic and the problem they're faced with. And we might go to Baron number 3 of this game.
Barons. Lots of Barons.
Lots of Barons. That says someone's got to be the wrecking ball.
SKLZ here.
SKLZ gets hit by the death sentence, but the fear goes down on the TQ. Very nice play. Hey, dropping super low. Oh, the casket, then casket damage. Really nice. Warlock dropping extremely low once again. SKLZ getting also in his turn to pick up that kill. Well done for them. Sorry, Egg. Egg got smashed and scrambled.
That is why, ladies and gentlemen, you do not use the second class system.
Yes. Listen, man. We're gonna make a series called Lessons by Fish.
Lessons by Fish.
Lessons by Fish.
Just starting.
I'll put it to the account called Lessons by Fish. And now Bangkok Titans picked up the Baron buff. It's been back and forth. First Baron BKT, second Baron SF5, next Baron BKT.
BKT is still behind in gold. They can still win.
But after the 60k goal mark, normally people are like, who cares?
Yeah, gold. Yeah.
It's like
money.
yeah,
You want? Go.
Take
it rain. Make it rain. Make it rain.
Yeah, I want that picture of Fry. Just shut up and take my money.
Yeah, take it.
Shut up and take my money. Zero and Goni here. Nah, they can't. I don't know if I can do it now, man. They need to get whichever team wings first and misses a crucial ultimate. That team will lose.
I think so too. I mean, that's just what happened with TQ throwing out his casket.
Yeah. Casket. I think that's the saddest thing because it's foreshadowing of death. Funeral caskets. Yes. Very
Ironic.
sad. Yes.
Very ironic.
Very deep today.
Very deep.
Yes, deep thoughts with Elliot and
Sentiments by deep thoughts with Elliot.
Today is deep thoughts with Elliot and lessons by Fish. Our Twitter accounts.
Things Elliot and Fish do.
Things Elliot the Fish do. That's our new. That's gonna be our new hashtag on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. SF5. Now Sek has that Guardian Angel. Something which in Tresno said, no, I'm not taking any of that. He went full 6 item offensive. 6 offensive items.
Wow.
They're very offensive and they
Right lines though, questionable.
20,000 gold. Wow. So everyone needs, I mean, whoever, it's about coordination now. And since we're going to talk about coordination, I'm now going to, guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. While the rest of the day, just clearing the wave, honestly. It's just that. Instead of getting those free hits, because he has a Guardian Angel, that's very helpful. It's extremely helpful. Guardian Angel plus shields from Tresno means free pokes and turrets.
TQ's GA is almost up its par. I think that might be the goal sign for SF5.
They're waiting. Oh, their sentence misses out. And that could be also another signal for them to kind of start this fight. Easy wave there coming in for both the entire team, really. This is one long dance. It's a tango. Classical music.
Tango, pretty much.
Oh, they get the death sense on the Sek. He's not choosing not to fly over that one. The Carling does absolutely not. Starcade dropping below. BKT Sek gets 1 kill to Starcade. Sek still has his Guardian Angel up. And Goni at the backline. Oh, very nice kill there by Tresno using that shockwave. Oh my god, he's going real low. Trying to get the flash on as well. Going to Goblet form. SKLZ from the side getting a fear. As Sek picking up that kill. And 2, bye-bye. Nice knowing you.
Nice to know you.
Nice to know you. A flash coming in TQ.
Lurbia Zazonia there.
Gotta go fat goal for a while. And I think that is going to be GG for the team. AK's up. Going to take tons of damage.
SF5 just leaving the game. They know it's over.
They know it's over.
BKT from behind and behind again. Double negatives make a positive.
Oh, and the inhibitor respawns.
Oh.
Because
Why?
nothing says a good game than an anticlimax.
Yes.
Nothing says good game like that. And at the 54-minute mark, BKT take this one home. Wow. From behind. I think that's where BKT likes to play from.
From behind again.
From behind. And with that, the back and forth madness that is Bangkok Titans versus SF5.
So it did work out for BKT in the end.
It worked
eventually.
out. It worked out eventually. Wrecking ball style.
Wrecking ball style.
Now look at that. If I had to give it to someone, Intresno is the man of the match. And his KDA does not lie. 12-3-12 says, I own this game.
I think so too. They played very, very well that game.
Yeah. I think the rest of the team's performance wasn't that spectacular, but Intresno really turned things up for the Bangkok Titans. So that was only game 3, Fish.
We still got one more.
We still got one more.